Good morning and welcome to the channel. In this episode, I'm going to be taking this 10-pound turkey that I was gifted and I'm going to be canning it. If you'd like to see me can this turkey, stay tuned. Now it's time to get to business. I have washed my surfaces, I've washed my hands, taken the turkey out of the bag. I've taken the inside of the turkey, the things they shove inside like the neck, the heart, the liver, whatever else is in there. And I've taken that out. I'm also going to remove any excess fat that I see that I do not want in my jars. And I'm going to toss that aside. I actually have a bag over here to my left. I'm going to cut off the wings as well as the drumsticks, and I'm going to put those in the freezer. I'm going to freeze those. So I'm looking for the joint here where I can cleanly cut that piece off without having to do too much damage. Just trying to release the skin like so, and that way it'll be easy to snap off. Hopefully. I've never done this before, so we shall see how easy it is. But I want to release any of that meat before I attempt to do that. And I think I got it. So let's see how this is going to work. Put my knife down. Hope I'm not in you all's way. I'm going to have to get my other glove. Hold on just a minute. I have another glove here. Excuse me. It's early. Haven't really been doing a lot of talking, so my voice is not quite where it needs to be yet. Let's see. So I've got another glove. Trying not to get stuff everywhere. I'm not a huge fan of meat, and so just trying to break that joint without getting meat everywhere. This is not as easy as it looks. At least it isn't for me. There we go. There we go. Okay. So there we go. I released it out of that joint. So now I just need to get the rest of that meat cut here and here. As you can see, there's a joint there. So I'm going to take my glove off because I don't want to touch my knife with my gloved hands and get meat juice everywhere. Ugh, this is an ordeal for me. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm just going to slice through the meat and the tendons because I've already broken that bone. I'm just trying to release this just like so. And there we have it. And I'm going to place this in a food saver bag off to my left. And I'm going to keep doing the same thing on the opposite side, or I should say I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. And I'm going to cut off the wings as well. I'm not going to take you all through that because yeah, that this is not easy for me trying to cut this up. So I'll be back. I have cut up this turkey. I've butchered it. And I'm totally grossed out. You know, in the garden, I am not really overly concerned with certain bugs. Snakes bother me indeed, but worms and insects, not so much. But in the kitchen, my nemesis is meat. I don't care for it. And so the smell, it's just juice everywhere. Ugh, it's too much. So what I'm going to do now that I've taken off all of the bits and pieces that I use for seasoning different types of dishes, I've gotten those in the freezer. I'm going to take this section of this turkey and I'm going to kind of chop it down a little bit more and get it ready for the Instant Pot because I'm going to cook this 2/3 of the way so that I don't have to deal with turkey juice all over my cabinets because this is really messing with my mind. I've got to get this cleaned up. All right, so I'm going to cut this up and get this in the Instant Pot, and I'll show you that when I come right back. I have cut the breast off this spine, and now I'm going to get these pieces into the Instant Pot and cook them down and clean up my surface because I just can't with all this juice. Now that the turkey is inside of the Instant Pot, I'm going to add my seasonings, water, turn it on. All right, I'm going to start with my bay leaves. And if you can hear the dishwasher in the background, I do apologize, but I had to get this kitchen back right. It was messing with me. Me and meat, we don't get along. And so if it's got meat juice everywhere, I can't function. So 2 bay leaves. I'm going to put some Knorr chicken bouillon because that's all I have. I don't want to use the turkey broth that I made the last time I used turkey. I'm trying to stockpile and I need more, which is why I'm making not only turkey broth, but I'm also pre-cooking the turkey. So that is the chicken bouillon. I'm also going to put some black pepper, a little bit of mustard seed, and some cilantro seed. That's the trio that I always have in my pepper grinder because I like that. I'm also going to put some garlic. I love garlic, so I often put a lot because you can't go wrong with garlic. I'm also going to put some turmeric, just a dash of that in there. Now I'm going to add my water and turn it on. Right, I have my water. So I'm going to add it up to the fill line. Let's see, where is the fill line? I put it in there, and there we are. Fill line is right there. You always want to make sure that when you're adding liquid in your Instant Pot, if you do happen to have one, that you do not go past the liquid fill line. That could mess up your unit. It could prevent it from coming up to pressure, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going up to the fill line like so. And now it's time to turn it on and get it ready. There we go. It's on sealing and not venting. Normally, let me take you guys down to the panel. There we are. Normally what I would do is I would put either meat stew, since there's meat in there. That's going to give me 35 minutes. I don't want to cook it all the way. So I'm going to pressure cook this for 12 minutes. And go ahead and take it out. Jar it up. My jars should be re-washed because I've re-washed my jars. Even though the interior of the jars didn't get messy, a few of the jars got messy on the outside due to the blood and stuff, the juices from the turkey, and I just didn't want to fool with it. So back into the dishwasher they went. So I'm going to let this cook for 12 minutes. Then I'm going to take the turkey out and jar it up. So I'll see you back in a little bit. The Instant Pot is finished cooking the turkey, so now it's time to get it jarred up. The turkey, I don't know how I'm going to get this hot turkey off of these bones because it's not all the way done, so it's not falling off the bones, but I'm going to attempt to take off the turkey off the bone and get it in the jar, and then take the broth and fill up the jar with the broth. So let me try to get this done and I will be right back. I have slowly pulled off the turkey off of the carcass. Now the turkey is really hot and the broth is really hot, so I've tried to go slow and pull the turkey off of the carcass without any splash up because I don't want to splash myself. So now I'm just going to take some of that broth and ladle it in to my jar, and I'm going to do this process for as many jars as I can fill up, and then I'm going to get this into the canner. And I'm going up to a 1-inch headspace. To make sure that I don't have any air pockets, I'm going to use my debubbler. Now this jar is really hot. The jar itself came out of the dishwasher, and the contents, of course, going into this jar is hot. So when you're canning, you have to be careful not to burn your fingers on your jars, because your jars are going to be hot. And I'm just taking my debubbler around the sides and then, of course, down the center, trying to move any air pockets out. Okay. And now I'm going to just take my funnel off, put it onto the back jar. I'm going to take some distilled white vinegar, clean off the rim of the jar to make sure that I didn't get any turkey, anything on there, and also to make sure that my jar doesn't have any cracks or chips. And now I'm going to place my lid and get it in the canner. Okay, so I have my lid in my ring. I'm going to place my lid on there, trying to make sure that it's centered, fingertip tight, and now that's going to go into the canner. Everything is in the canner. The canner is on, and now it's time to get her ready to start processing. I'll be back when I'm taking everything out of the canner. This canning session is coming to a close, and I'm so excited because I'm tired. So the turkey is done. I don't see a lot of siphoning in the water, but I'm sure there is a little bit, because that's just the nature of canning. Sometimes you have siphoning and sometimes you don't. So let me get my jar lifter and let's get these jars out of the canner. So let's see. Can you see that turkey in there? Lovely. So I'm going to get these out of the canner, and then I will be right back. Look at that turkey as well as the broth. Now the 3 jars in the front, that was the last bit of broth and a little bit of turkey remnants that was in the Instant Pot. And back in the back, that is the jars of turkey. So this concludes my canning for the evening. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me with my canning series. If you like this video, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, share my video, and I hope to see you either in the kitchen or the garden real soon. Bye for now.